Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play naughty. You beg and I plead, and you pull my heartstrings until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. Until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you.
What's up, guys? It's your girl Moni. It is Wednesday night. We won't even get into the time zones, guys. We won't get into the time zones. I know you see my background is different. I'm in the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest with you. And you know, I'm always going to have a good time when I'm here in the Midwest. I'm doing the show, going down the mic. Look, we have an amazing guest, another one of our empowered guests for you. Look, they are shaking all in here, a little here, a little there, everywhere for you to keep you going and keep you inspired with what they have going on. Oh, my gosh. Look, this young lady, I always say young because, you know, the spirit that they have jumping off of them, the aura all around them is always such a young feeling that it gives me too. Her spirit is so young. And when I said that we have such a relaxed and laid back, when I tell you how her spirit just really got comfortable in her chair, am I right? Am I telling the truth? I can see her back there. And we're going to be bringing her on really quickly here. Now, today's 4/24. So you know what this weekend was, especially in Arizona. I was going to say here in Arizona, but Arizona, where it's absolutely 100% legal, it was 420. It was 420. And if you were watching my page with all, you know, I'm a 420 advocate, medicinal reasons, I definitely support. And if you're a recreational, just do it safely and make sure all people are of age and of consent. Hey, Carol, how are you? Thank you for joining us. I hope you're feeling well. And we had an absolutely good time. My best dispensary out there, Susan Wong's best dispensary. You know, I had to go by and swing out in Mesa and see them. Took some few pictures. Actually saw some friends out there from the sisterhood that were there with bringing her family in there. Let me let you know, if that's where if you really have some ailments or you're new into the 420 cannabis game, that's where you want to go. You want to take that trip out there because they're bud tenders. When I say educated can tell you from the end, the top to bottom, the inside and out of exactly what you're going to be taking and what you need it for. You say, oh, my elbow hurts when I bend it this way, but when I twist it to the left, it gives a little relief. They let you know exactly what you need, what it's doing, and why it's doing that. The total lineage of that cannabis that you're taking. So that's an excellent place for people to go who really have ailments that they're looking to medicinally get some healing and relief from, out there at Best Dispensary off Higley Road in Mesa. The other place that we visited was someplace new, honey, someplace new to the valley. It was the AZ Bud Fest I'd never been to, and it was at the AZ Bud Lounge, which is brand new off of 24th Place in Van Buren, which we were in the VIP room, which had a very nice swing, kind of that you see like outside, but we were tucked back behind the shimmery little curtains and everything, so we got to watch everything that was going on, which was absolute fun, okay? And I'm talking like fun that if there was a child place that you could come, it was that type of fun. There was no roguishness. There was nothing like that. There were quite a few people that were my age and older that were there having a great time. The doctor was there. There were vendors there. My husband was on stage DJing up there. So there was a great time going on. There was a restaurant in the back. I mean, there was so much, and the place isn't even completely open. So make sure you go and check them out. That is the AZ Bud Lounge off of 24th Place in Van Buren in Arizona. Now, Indiana, I'm sorry. We'll have to keep talking and going down with the legislature and pushing to legally get it taken care of here. That's how you have to handle things. Go ahead and get it on paper. All right. So look, I want to bring our guest in. Before I do that, let me say thank you, WUBI Ubiquity Radio, TV, and listeners, because you're both out there with us right now. And I'm so glad that you're going to be able to see our face and hear us tonight. That's so important. And then to all our other platforms, that we're going out to, make sure you hit the share button, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. But most importantly, hit that share button, because I promise you there's going to be something going on tonight on this show that somebody needs to hear. Even if you feel like it's not for you, you know someone who is going to be good too. So are you ready to come on, Miss Kenyata? Are you ready to come on and let the people hear what you have? She is ready for you. Let me go ahead and switch some things around here, and we'll do a little countdown, half of it at least. There we are. Thank you for being with us again. I know we had our little pre-show going there, but thank you for being here on the show. And please tell the people about yourself.
Thank you for having me. My name is Kenyata Packer, and I am a licensed cosmetologist. I've been a cosmetologist for 15 years now. I own my own salon, and I've been, thank the Lord, very successful with doing that. But ups and downs, COVID kind of hit kind of hard everyone. But I also am a Christian grief and loss life coach. I just consider myself an encourager, and I inspire. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Inspirations by Classy Ken, where I inspire. And I did a series during COVID that was called Miracles in the Midst of a Crisis, where I interviewed just a lot of entrepreneurs, because a lot of people were complaining about, their businesses failing, but these individuals, their businesses were actually prospering during COVID, and they had basically got to places in their business that they had never gotten before. And so I just felt encouraged to just kind of showcase them and showcase what was going on. I also do a Bible study called Theology Thursday, where I just kind of break down the Bible in layman's terms. I say dumb it down, but I just make it plain, because a lot of times when, you read the Bible, a lot of times when people try to spread the gospel, they make it so complicated. And so I just like to just, boom, this is what it says. I like to break it down so you can understand it. And I like to do life application, because we have to make it practical, because in all things we have to get an understanding. And if you don't understand what you're reading, then
what are we here for?
They do not with it. Exactly.
I think they used to say, break it down to modern times for me. Break it down to modern times.
Exactly.
Hey, Kay, so glad that you are here. So now, for me, and I like to try and speak like my listeners and my viewers out here, when the cosmetology, definitely as gig workers, because I also work with the hair and the makeup and everything, although it looks like I'm bald right now, there's hair there. There's hair.
That's okay. I
rock the cap too. I rock that
hair, don't care. Right.
Exactly. That usually gig workers don't get hit when there are, certain catastrophes within the world or whatever. We can, do our gig on the side. And we were always told, as long as you have that, you'll be able to make it in this world.
Right.
The pandemic said, okay, I'm going to show everybody something.
Okay.
And it hit there. But then you had another skill within grief loss, which unfortunately had a big place within the pandemic, a huge place within the pandemic. One that kept going and going and going, unfortunately. Unfortunately. So if you can tell me, did the two touch each other in any way? Or, were you doing this beforehand? Did this come from the pandemic? Where did all of it come from, and where did it lead to at this point?
Okay. Well, I'm glad you asked. Actually, it started, unfortunately, I lost my son in 2018.
Okay.
And so that was 2 years before the pandemic. And so, of course, I was still kind of grieving and everything, during that period of time. And then during the pandemic is when I felt led to go back to college, and I attended oh, goodness gracious, I can't never think of the name. But anyway, I attended college, Christian college, and I got my associate's degree in associates in evangelism, science and evangelism. And so just during that particular process, everything started snowballing because COVID, as a lot of people were saying, it revealed a lot of stuff. Because, everything was shut down, you had to stay home and blah, 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 blah. So unfortunately, my marriage of 28 years, I decided to file for divorce in 2021. I don't have to get into it right now, but it was just God pulled the cover off of a lot of things. And I was released and I filed for divorce. So literally in 5 years, I literally lost everything. I lost my child. We was very successful. He had a construction company. I had my salon. We basically was very successful, had a multi-million-dollar company. I chose to move out of our 4-bedroom home in the suburbs. I had a Range Rover, had a Cadillac. I sold all of that. Moved into a 980 square foot, a 2-bedroom apartment because peace is priceless. Okay. So I gave up a lot of things. And so during this process, I had the opportunity to go and basically get certified to be a Christian grief and life coach because grief and loss is situational. And so a lot of people think that when you're grieving just because you lose a loved one, but actually a lot of times you grieve if you're in a state and you move to a different state, or if you are at a school for children and you move to a different school, or if you move to a different community, or anything like that, anything that you give up. Absolutely. And I had been a member of my church for 17 years. I left my church as well. Just the whole community was just a lot of trauma, and I just wanted to just leave it all behind. So that is when I decided to get into just basically helping people. I've always been an encourager, and I've always had been a mentor to individuals, but that was when I really just became active and just kind of went forward in my calling.
Right. That's absolutely amazing. I'm going to say that. And I know you hear that all the time, but I mean, one, I have to, give my condolences, of course, and the strength that it takes to go through all of that at the same time. And then you to have enough power and even mindset to be able to leave a relationship, of what others, because I like the way you list those things. And I like the reasons why you list those things, because initially, that's what we all want. That's success. That's success.
Absolutely.
That's success. You should be happy. You've achieved the dream. What do you have to complain about, honey, when those are not the real things?
Absolutely.
Those things crumble, they burn, they blow, they flood. Those are not the things that when you're sick, are going to help you. Those are not the things that when your mind hurts will heal you or comfort you in any way.
Those are things. And I had to get healed and delivered from things because I was a shopaholic, the Louis Vuitton bag, the Jimmy Choos. I had money. I could go out and buy whatever I wanted. And then one day I just looked and I was just so sad. And I looked at, all the clothes, and I had all these closets, especially as my kids were left out. Every room I turned into a closet. That's just how much stuff I had. Right. And I was just one day just sitting there and I was sad and I looked at it and I'm like, these bags, these shoes, these diamonds, they can't wipe my tears away. They can't make me happy. They can't do nothing for me. And I don't want to sit in a relationship and say, I've been married for 50 years, but I'm unhappy. I'm dying. I'm not being fulfilled. I'm wasting away. And so I made the conscious decision to be free and not care what people thought, because there's people all the time that are in relationships and they're unhappy and they're there for the things, or to say that they have been married for 40, 50 years. And to me, it just didn't make sense. And I had to be healed and understand that those things didn't make me happy. And some days I felt like I was going to die. It was not easy. And I wouldn't wish divorce on my worst enemy. I don't have any enemies, I would think, but it's a death. Divorce is a death.
Absolutely.
And to me, it's worse than a death because when somebody dies and you bury them, they're always in your heart, but the person, when you divorce somebody, you have to go through this divorce, and this person is not the person that you once loved. And they're trying to attack your character, and they're assassinating your character, and they're lying, and they're doing all these things, and you don't even know who this person is. But I chose after some time, because it took some time, but after some time,
the truth.
I had to forgive him, because forgiveness is for you. It's for me. And I didn't want to continuously walk around, because there was a season where I did hate him. You know, he played me. He just played me to the last period, point blank. But I couldn't keep on. I saw what the bitterness and the anger was doing to him. And I did not want to walk around with that hurt and that resentment, because forgiveness, it brings illness. People get sick, they become bitter, they have ulcers, high blood pressure. People don't believe that, but it's true. And so I made the conscious effort to forgive him. Now, will we be having sleepovers? Absolutely not.
It can't come to that barbecue.
Absolutely not. But
let me ask you this. For when going through all that, because now I've been through it on a whole another level too. How does your circle change? How important is that? How important is your circle changing?
Yes, it changed. And for me, honestly, my circle had kind of always been small. And so it's about who you have in your circle. And so at that point, it did change, because when you're in a relationship and you build relationships together, and then when you separate, for whatever reason, a lot of people go here and a lot of people don't talk to you, and a lot of people, but I've always told people, and I tell my children, you don't ever base a relationship on the relationship that they have with somebody else. Right. You base the relationship on what the relationship and how they treat you.
Exactly.
So my relationship and my circle, they got small, but they were already small because my eyes had already been opened up to some of the people that was in our circle, and I had already kind of let them go. Okay. But I did, because I left my church of 17 years and then I joined a different church, which these were individuals that I knew. But you just kind of, my circle was small, and it just became like my children and then very, very close friends that were confidants and that I could trust. And I was okay with that, because I even made an intentional decision not to date, not to get on the dating sites, not to be letting them guys was in the DMs. Oh, believe me, they would. But
but for how long? For how long?
Actually, I'm still going through a divorce. We're finally finalizing it, and it's been 3 years, but I actually just decided that I am ready to open myself up to consider dating. Okay. So actually for 3 years.
Okay.
For 3 years. Because I just felt like I've seen a lot of women get out of one relationship and then jump right into another one. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you attract that same spirit. When Absolutely. You're not healed and when you're not whole, and singleness means whole and complete. Mm-hmm. Like when you're not whole, you attract that same person. They might look different. They might, be ripped up. They might be fine as wine, but they're that same person. And so I intentionally wanted to make sure that I had been healed, my triggers and things like that. I didn't want to get with somebody and then they put their phone down and I'm like, why your phone down? Because that was something that happened in my marriage. Right. So I wanted to heal. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. I had the last relationship before I was with my husband now. The gentleman was a pastor, and we were together for 7 years, and he married someone else behind my back. Wow. And yes, just a whole yes. And so I made a very conscious decision. I said, because, usually afterwards we either become hateful, and I hate all men, or we become whorish, and I'm a sexist man. And I'm like, I don't want to do either one, because I'm not out here to hurt nobody. And other people have heard this story on some other shows, because I'm pretty open about it. The fact of, I said, maybe I'm not meant to be monogamous. However, I'm going to be honest about it. I'm going to be honest. Everybody knows what we're doing here. Only grown folks allowed. And like you said, I took the time to learn what I wanted in a person. I took the time to find out for me. And it was also easier. I was watching a Mormon show that was going to be a reality show. And they said how important it is for women, especially, to date multiple people, because we get so attached emotionally. And then it becomes like property. I put all this work into it. Ain't no way I'm getting ready to give it up. And that sister girl over there get my good. Now you don't want, it's not yours, you know, and it's not, you're done with it in all actuality. It is time for it to go on. But when you have someone else, it's easier to say, oh, no, that's not working. Deuces, bye. Okay, let me concentrate on what's working now. These four may have it together more. You go ahead on. So I don't know, in your search or your research, what do you think? Do you think you should be monogamous in dating? And I'm not talking about having sex.
Absolutely.
No, dating does not always have to consist of everyone being everywhere.
Absolutely.
No, you know, do you think that people are multiple, or you should just stick to kind of just one and be focused?
I think for me, I said, I'm not trying to build a bear. You know, I'm done with that. You know, I done that. I got the certificate. I did that, and it didn't work out for me. So I'm not trying to build somebody up. And I feel like that's where ownership comes from, when you're with somebody and you've helped them and you've built, which that's what a relationship is. But I feel like at this point in my life, I need to be with somebody that's already established and already been built up. Okay. You know, and so I'm not looking for somebody that I have to build. I'm looking for somebody that's whole, that's unique, that got their stuff together, to know what they want, you know, whether they've been married or not. But just for me, I agree with you about as far as being honest, because yes, just because we are getting to know each other, we're not going to be having sex, you know, because we're not doing that. I'm not choosing to do that, because when you start having sex, then you're emotionally involved, and then you start, you know, it's just too much. And it's just honestly what happens. And so, but I believe that, you know, you have to get to know a person and you have to look at your options. But then I believe that it gets to a certain point where you have to have a conversation, and you should always be honest, because I just told one of my friends this: look, there's women out there that's going to do whatever you want to do. Okay. But be honest. And that's the problem with a lot of men and women. You don't want to be honest. Just be honest. Somebody's gonna oblige you. Just be honest.
Absolutely.
But I believe
loves it that way.
Absolutely. So I believe when you get to a certain point, then you should have the conversation, or it should already be a conversation leading up to that. Okay, 6 months, a year, or whatever. Okay, I don't want you dating anybody else. You know, because we're trying to basically, I want you to court me because I'm a wife. You know, so I know that I'm going to marry again because that's who I am. But I'm not going to pour into somebody that's not my husband in a way that a wife should. But I'm going to respect you, and we're going to get to know you. So for me, I believe that, of course, you should take your time to meet people and everything like that. But when it gets to a certain point where you're zeroing in, like, okay, this is the person that I feel like, you know, it's for me. He got his stuff together, blah, blah, blah. Then you need to have that conversation, because I don't share. So, you know, we need to have that. I don't like sharing. I never liked sharing, even as a child. I just
made it very clear. Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. This is my whole sandbox. No need to even get in it.
Right.
I understand. But that's being honest, and that's knowing who you are, and not having to have someone else dictate it or go with the flow or any of those things. You're very adamant, very clear.
Right.
I have your answer.
Exactly.
And more of us should be that way, but it takes time. It takes time for people to understand themselves in the relationship.
Correct.
So now I hear that there's a book not coming, but you have a book there, and please let the people see your book and tell them look at the smile on her face. Guys who are listening, you couldn't see the smile that immediately broke out on her face. Those of you who are watching, please tell them, pause it, look back at it again as soon as I even mentioned the book. So this is special right here. So please inform them about the book.
Okay, so this is the book, Miracles from Heaven, and I actually wrote this book in 2015, 2012, I believe I purchased it in 2015. This is special to me because this, of course, is my first book, first of many to come. But I wrote this book because I wanted to inspire people to just, no matter what life throws you, that you can overcome and God is in control. So this book is about the miracles that God has performed in my life. I've been through tragedies. My daughter was born at 32 weeks. She was 4 pounds. She could fit in the palm of your hand. We didn't think she was going to make it. She just turned, well, she'll be 30 this year. And so she went through a lot of things, but we just went through a lot of things. And I I was led to write the book. I've literally seen miracles. I've seen angels. I've seen and money just basically fall out the sky, like literally. And I wanted to share it because I wanted people to understand that, you know, God is real and he still performs miracles. Like, you know, we read the Bible and we see that God, for Jesus performed miracles when he walked the earth, but I don't believe that some people really don't believe that God is a God that still performs miracles. And that miracle, for one, we're all miracles because if you woke up this morning and you're breathing, you're a miracle.
Right.
So,
every day.
absolutely. If you eating, a miracle was performed because there's people that's starving. So, but I wrote that book and it's real life, kind of like a memoir, just telling about the miracles that God has performed in my life to inspire others from basically me coming from nothing, you know, being hungry sometimes and not having enough to eat to where God had brought me to that particular point.
So where can they find the book?
It's available on Amazon. I think I sent you a link, so you may have a link in there, but it's available on Amazon for $10. I believe it's $10. It's been on there for a while. I believe it's $10. And then I do sell it at my salon, but for the viewers, it's available on Amazon.
And so tell them, while you're telling them where they can find your salon, if that's something you wanted to share, type in our chat that link for me, please, so I can put it on here. But where can they find your salon and like who you cater to or what type of hair, those type of things that they can know?
Okay. The salon is located at 1727 West Galbraith, and that's Cincinnati, Ohio, 45239. And I just believe in healthy hair. I just believe in healthy hair. I like to work with natural hair, but I do, you know, the commercial hair, but I just believe in our industry that we've gotten away from wearing our hair, treating our hair healthy. It's nothing wrong with it. I wear my girlfriends and stuff too. Sometimes I want to put the hair in, but it's hot. I'm at an age where I can't have all of it. It's hot. No, that's for the young girl. But I just believe in healthy hair. I believe in educating individuals about their hair. I just had a client actually a couple weeks ago that I just started seeing some changes in her. And I'm like, something's going on. Your hair is different. It's dry. It's breaking off. Something's different. And she actually went to the doctor and there's something going on the inside of her. Yeah. And so hair is an appendage of a lot of times what's going on in the hair and the skin. Absolutely. And so I've just been educated and blessed enough to be able to be trained and educated in that. And so I like to encourage you come to my salon, you're going to laugh, you might cry, we might pray for you, you know, but you're going to leave looking good. And I just believe that, you know, what we do is we just help you to enhance the beauty that you already have.
I love that. I love that. I absolutely love that. Now, the healthy hair. So like I said, I'm back in the Midwest.
Uh-oh. Did I do something? Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I ain't good with this.
No, it was me. It was me.
Okay.
Maybe it was both of us at the same time. Okay. I told you. That's
Lord, please, because I'm telling you, I ain't good with it. I ain't good with it.
That's why you have to be relaxed and get grace around here, because it could be me at any time. I laid my phone right here and I said, oh, wait a minute. So it could have been both of us. It's fine. We're back.
Okay.
Like I said, I'm back in the Midwest from Arizona. So I'm originally from the Midwest, and I haven't been here a good 48 hours, baby. And the skin, the moisture is back. She is supple. She is supple. And the hair wants to come on and grow out some more moisture. Oh, I was shriveling up like a raisin.
Yes.
I love that heat. We're already at 3 digits. We're already at
ready?
Yes. When I left.
Wow.
Hence the reason.
I ain't ready for that yet.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready for all of that. But can you talk about that something with healthy hair also? Because whenever we get humidity in Arizona, I tell people, I said, people pay $500 for that facial right there. $500.
Wow.
That people don't realize, even though the hair grows from the inside out, once it's out, you still need to do some things to it to help hold the moisture and all those different things, or it's going to hold the floor.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yes, I mean, and we call this weather bipolar. Like I said, I'm in Ohio. And so actually we can really literally get 4 seasons in one day. You know, it could start out like tomorrow it's going to be 34 degrees and then it's going to get up to, I believe they said 76. And then in the evening, it's going to get back down. So that's basically winter, spring, and fall. Like, so you have to be extra moisturized. Some of the key things is just kind of doing your mask, putting the hair mask on, shampooing your hair, and then doing the mask and putting the cap on, sitting under the dryer. Or a lot of people do steamers now. A lot of people don't realize it, but rinsing your hair with cool water, it closes the cuticle. So heat opens up the cuticle. Cold, it doesn't have to be cold where it's like uncomfortable, but cool air, cold water closes the cuticle. And so if you have a mask or a deep conditioner, you want to rinse that out with cold water so it can close the cuticle and it can stay in. Sometimes a lot of people, they overuse product because unfortunately when you buy products from, commercial places, Walmart, Target, they're diluted and they're not concentrated. But then when you get a salon product that is actually approved and so geared towards professionals, it's very, very concentrated. And so you need a dime size, you might need a nickel size, then you would emulsify and put it in. So a lot of people overuse product, which drives your hair out. A lot of people don't understand the importance of drinking water. Like, you drink 1 cup of water, and I ask my clients, I say, do you drink, you looking dry. You drinking water? Yeah, and I'll say, how much water? 2 cups. Baby, that ain't no water. You drinking 2 cups of water, that's not water.
Goodness. Yeah, absolutely. Your lips will show it.
Right. Absolutely. So drinking water, vitamins, vitamins are good to take. A multivitamin, B12, biotin, those things are good because anything that you put in your body, like you said, it's going to come out in an appendage. You're going to be able to see it. So just simple things like that are things that you could start with to just kind of keep, yourself hydrated and keep your hair hydrated and things like that.
And I can't remember if I asked you or not. If I did, maybe we need to hear it again. Who's your average client when you're looking at inspirations and whatnot in the counseling? Who's your average client?
You know what? Actually, I just gravitate towards everybody. I just believe that's the way God made me. Like, the millennials love me because I'm hip and, the way I dress, and they be like, oh, she's hip, she got it going on. And then I'm really, really, all of my friends, I've always been an old soul. So all of my friends are like 15, 20 years older than me. So, then I love babies. So, so really, honestly, it just differs. I would say a lot of 30-year-olds, and then I have a lot of people that I mentor and a lot of clients that are in like their 50s and 60s.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you're easily relatable. You know how to put the little facts underneath, easily relatable. Again, WUBI, Ubiquity Radio and TV listeners and viewers, thank you for hanging in there with us. Again, you are always such a joy to come on and watch our guests and listen to our guests. And don't forget the replays, guys. Don't forget those replays that come up and watch all of our guests. If you think this is good, honey, just tune in all the time. Tune in all the time. Our guests always have such great things to inform you about, better your life, your pocket, your love life, everything. Everything. We have it. We absolutely have it here for you. So now, what's next for you?
Well, what's next for me is I'm trying to expand my business. I want to get into all forms of beauty. So I want to get into massage. I want to get into getting an esthetician in. So I'm trying to expand that as well. But also I'm trying to get more into the mentoring aspect of my ministry. And so I'm trying to get a team together to where we can encourage, like, probably between, I'm thinking about probably like between 15 and 25, that generation. I don't know what that generation is. I don't know what that generation, so many generations, I don't know what they call it, but like between 15 and 25.
I can't help you either.
Because I just feel like, I don't want to say they're falling by the wayside, but I know, like, with social media, they don't have identity. They don't know who they are.
My mother
And you can see so many, young girls and things, and young men that's just falling by the wayside. And I just feel like we need to just grab them because they're the future. Absolutely. They are our future. And if we just let them fall by the wayside, then what is that going to look like? Because we need to reach one and teach one. If we don't teach them, then they don't teach the younger ones, and then they don't teach the younger ones, and it's just a vicious cycle. So I really want to get into encouraging. I want to get into teaching them how to dress. Let them know you don't always have to have stuff hanging out. You can be sexy and covered up. You
And that's
can
what a
be.
real man wants. That's
Yeah,
what a real
that's
man
what I
wants.
tell him. When he's looking for, now he'll hit it and quit it real quick. But when he's looking for a wife, he wants somebody that is going to be presentable, who's going to respect themselves and things of that nature. So I just want to be able to show them how to wear their clothes, if they're top heavy, introduce them on how to, get fitted and how to
Yeah.
have a good bra. It is a good bra that's going to hold you up,
Because a lot of women don't even know you can get fitted for a bra.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They don't.
These are the things that they say aunties. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Auntie.
That's what they call me too, auntie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Auntie. Yeah.
Dealing with different nations and cultures, and that's what I learned. I'm like, oh, I can't be your auntie, and they say, but no, that's what they call each other
Right.
because
Right.
we're so family. So it doesn't matter which family it is. I'm auntie. I'm
Absolutely.
gonna help you. I'm gonna
Right.
help you. And I just fell in love with that. I'm like, okay, I love that auntie coming from those other cultures, and especially when we need to get ours back so tightly and so desperately. So yes, I love that. That's exactly what you're being in every good form there is an auntie. Absolutely.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Now, I want you to feel freedom right now at this time. If there's anything else that you want to tell the people about that you're thinking about doing, where you need your help, any of that.
Okay, let me see.
People are never prepared for that question. I'm gonna tell you.
I know. Okay. Well, I do want to say, and I was trying to put it in the chat. I'm gonna try to figure out how to put it in the chat, but I would like for your viewers to check me out on Inspirations Back Fast You Can, especially again, like I said, on Theology Thursdays, where I do a Bible study and just kind of break down the Bible so that you can understand it. And then I'm open to any questions. I don't know everything, but if I don't know, I like to say, if I don't know, I can get you the answer. That's
Right.
the best thing. And then I also am gonna start doing a segment called I think I said I was gonna call it Tuesday Talk, where I'm just going to have people on, business owners, and we're just going to talk about things, just relationships, men being fathers, mothers being mothers, being in relationships, just how to raise your children, just a lot of different topics that's going to be coming. So check out my YouTube channel, Inspirations by Classy Ken. And then look forward, I'm working on another book right now. And like I said, just trying to help people understand what forgiveness is, and that you have to forgive in order to move on. You have to forgive because you can't look forward. Like they said, you can't drive forward looking in the rearview mirror. You can't look forward looking in the past. So you have to forgive and move on so that you can reach towards things that are there for you. You got to go forward to get those things. So those are some of the things that I have coming up. And hopefully you'll send me around.
Give me the name of the YouTube channel again. I know I had it up before.
Okay, it's called Inspirations by Classy Ken. And just to I am really not good with social media. I'm learning. So I'm trying to revamp my channel and everything like that, because that's one thing. I'm just being obedient to what I felt God told me to do. But like just this platform and the things that you have to do, and it's a lot to it. So I'm still learning and things like that. But there's a lot of good information on there. I started the channel in 2018. I believe it was either before my son passed or right before he passed. So there's a lot of good content on there and a lot of things that will inspire you. So it's some good stuff on there.
Let's see if this is the right one. If it is not, what I'll do is I'll have you find it and put it on my page.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't think well, maybe it says 18 subscribers, but I thought you had some other videos on there.
Yeah, because I have a lot of videos on there, and it's more than 18. But I will have to look on there and see. But I thought I did send you the link.
And I thought I pulled it up.
And also, if you go to Classy Ken, Classy_Ken on my Instagram, that's my Instagram, Classy_Ken. There's a link.
To it. That must be how I got to it then. Yeah.
There's a link on there that you could just hit in my bio, and it'll just take you automatically to my page, to my YouTube channel.
We're going to get right over there and show it right quick. That's exactly how I got to it. I'm like, oh, I know. I looked at this. I'm looking at my iPad down here, my phone down here, and I'm
See,
like,
I don't feel bad there because I'm telling you this stuff. I'll be like, woo,
no, I use it every day, honey. So don't feel bad because it all gets overwhelming, and you hitting buttons, and then I'm on this new one, and I'm like, I don't have a. But it should not defeat me today.
Right.
There we go.
So yeah, please subscribe. Please hit the notification so that you can receive notifications when I go live, and when I put something up. I would really greatly appreciate it. And my email is kenyataclassy@gmail.com. If you I'm an intercessor. I love touching and agreeing with people. I love praying for people. I love encouraging and inspiring people. If you want to just shoot me an email, if you need to be encouraged about something, if you, just want some advice or something like that. Yes, just Kenyata, Kenyata, classy, CLASSY @gmail.com.
Okay. This is the YouTube page though, correct?
That's my email address.
No. That's on the screen right now.
Oh, that's on the screen. Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay. So there, they can see that there.
Yes.
Well, that is a good one. So now you guys can get there from her Instagram page. You click right there, and then that takes you over to her YouTube page. You go on over there, show us some love. And I want to make sure that you all, everyone, including our guests, have gone and I hit follow there. Sorry, you're following the maximum limit of accounts. Okay, well, I'll just slow down a little bit then. Excuse me. I'll get back to that. Make sure everyone has clicked follow and subscribe, and also hit the notification button, guys. Hit that notification button. If you're watching live, hit that hashtag live. If you're watching the replay, hit that hashtag replay. Don't forget to go over and follow our guests tonight. Make sure. Now, do you feel empowered tonight?
Absolutely.
You feel like you've empowered others tonight?
Absolutely.
That's what I want to hear. That's exactly what I need to hear. I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on.
Thank you for having me.
I hope you enjoyed yourself. I really do.
I did.
And we'll talk more. We'll definitely talk more because I heard a few things that we can definitely maybe do some things together in the future with.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much. And you have a great night, and I'll talk to you more. All right.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, guys. Look, another great night. I want to thank again WUBI Ubiquity Radio, TV and radio. I want to thank all of our other platforms that we're on. Thank you so much for having us tonight. Definitely, again, hit that subscribe and follow. Hit the replay, hit the share button. Hit that share button down there. You can best believe that there's somebody who needs to hear that information, even if it wasn't you. Hit the share button for the person that isn't telling you about what's hurting in their heart or what they're needing. All right. Look, I'm going to leave you. Wait, I have a comment over here. Let me not leave with that being there. That's my friend Carol. All right. Thank you, Carol, for those claps right there. It's always good to see you, sis. And we are going to leave you like we found you, going down on the mic, and have a good one. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Can we stop the arguing? Can we take a moment where we can calm down? It's just so exhausting. Swinging in the wind, going round and round. I know that we won't say sorry. You beg and I plead, but my heart can't beat until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. I see me addressing you. Let me put the smile right onto your face, tracing every inch of you. Using my tongue to find your happy place. I know that we can't play feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations. I know that we won't say sorry until I feel the vibrations. I wanna give you vibrations, baby. Until I feel the vibration.